Hello everyone and welcome back to the Director's Cuts. And I hope you guys enjoy this classic video that I'm going to narrate today. And I'll go ahead and say, if you haven't seen this video, I will link it down below, as well as a live stream from this location from the same night, because there was something pretty epic that happened there. Live stream, I'll put the timestamp of the incident that happened, but and I'll explain that as we go along. But yeah, if you haven't seen this video, I recommend you go and watch the original first. And this one is the old paper mill. This paper mill had a tragic history. It sits in a weird area where it's kind of right on a river and right by a railroad track. So we went here this night with the direction of Michael from A Man's Journey. I'll link his channel down below. He brought us to this place. As you can see, we were crossing railroad tracks, and then all of a sudden there's these creepy stairs in the trees, and boom, we're there. So what had happened here is Michael actually knew a guy who had an arm, I think it was, arm or a leg, amputated. Someone was killed in some of the machinery there, as well as after the place was abandoned, they found a guy there that had mysteriously been decapitated. They never found his head. His head has never, to this day, has never been found. And they don't know who he was. So, all right, I'm pointing out a turlet. You know, that's what I do. I love the subway tile in here. You know, it's definitely classic, vintage, old school designs. But this place, you know, it had its fair share of tragedy, but it was very haunted. It has since been torn down. It's no longer there. You can tell the age by looking at that terracotta cinder block stuff. You know, that's old. This was like, had a bunch of showers in here. I guess it was like shower house, they call it. I know in the coal mine terms, they'd have a bathhouse. And I'm guessing that's what this was. Kind of like maybe a little hangout rec area, bathrooms and showers for men and women, I imagine. And right now, the date of when this place was built actually escapes me. It was early 1900s, I believe. Maybe late 1800s, but I'm pretty sure the modern buildings that we were in were early 1900s. I think the mill may have existed since the 1800s, though. It was in Harriman, Tennessee. Beautiful little town. I've done a one-tank trip there. Shout out to that. But we explored this place, and it was crazy. I mean, it was hidden. Like, I never knew it was even there. And all of a sudden, Michael's like, "Oh yeah, let's follow me." And we went down, or he rode with me. He said, "Go turn down this little road here." And all of a sudden, there we were. Boom, we're at this place. Now this building here was cool, but there was another building similar to this. I think it was an administrative building. And then there was the actual mill building itself, which you'll see as we go along here. And this place just gets creepier and creepier as you go in. The deeper you go into this building. And it was big. It was surprisingly large. But, nope, now we're outside again. And it just kept going. It was one level, but it spanned a lot of area. In this room here, there was something happened in here. This has been years ago when we did this video. It's been like 3 or 4 years. But there was something about this room. I can't remember what happened. Something moved or something. I think we'll be able to see it here in a minute. That was kind of a weird anomaly there in the middle of the screen. But anyways, I wish it was still around. I'd like to go and like investigate, because this was still back when we just kind of meandered around and seen what happened. We didn't have equipment. We didn't do investigations per se, which I regret, but I don't at the same time. You know, I appreciate the growth that I've had doing this. And now it's like the channel's starting to really do well again, and I'm really happy about that. I actually learned something the other day, and some of y'all who have channels may have already known this. I missed the memo somehow, but I have been doing premieres, which I really enjoyed. I'm really enjoyed doing the premieres because it gave me a chance to chat with you guys. Since I don't do live streams a whole lot anymore, it gave me a chance to like chat with you guys and see your reaction to the video as it premiered. Come to find out, YouTube actually does not even promote your video when you do premiere, because premieres were meant for someone with a really large audience, which, you know, I have a large audience, but I don't have millions of subscribers. And that's what it was really meant for, people that had huge amounts of subscribers that didn't really need to be promoted to grow their channel anymore. They already were big and they already had a huge audience to begin with. So that actually for like the last year has stifled my channel. And I'm like, I went through a lot there, like, what's going on here? Why is this like this? But now I stopped doing premieres and just releasing videos about a month ago. Not even a month ago. It's been like 3 weeks. 3 videos, I think. And my channel growth has not amount of subscribers, but amount, like the views I get daily and stuff, have tripled. Which is a good thing. It's a really good thing. And it's just got me extra motivated. And I've been filming with a guy named Brian, has a channel called Black Mass Paranormal, and he has actually introduced me to some amazing locations, and I'm really grateful that I've actually got to meet Brian and see some of these places he's been able to take me, and we've kind of got a new fresh breath of air with this channel, so to say. And I'm super excited. But anyways, back to what I was saying, you know, I wish I had a chance to like bring in equipment and investigate this place, because it was crazy. Just walking around, we captured evidence. But I think this is the building where, I'm not 100% sure yet, we'll find out here in a minute. But I was live streaming here, and Michael had picked up this object that looked like a homemade spear. Like someone made a self-defense weapon. I guess someone who was like living here, maybe a vagrant, someone who's homeless, was like staying in the building. Because just a minute ago as I was rambling, I saw where we were pointing out evidence of it. Oh, wow. Minimum wage, $5.15 an hour. Now that's how much I made when I first started working, was $5.15 an hour. I worked at a place, well, y'all know what it's called. It's Hardee's. It was my first job. And they paid me $5.15 an hour. And boy, I was excited to make any kind of money. Okay, now this, that previous building's where I had the experience. This was the building that was scary as heck to go in. You saw there's a huge piece of concrete just dangling by the front door. And I was terrified to go inside. But anyways, in that other building, Michael was holding this homemade spear, and I was focused on that, and there was a door just open, and it had been open the whole time, and the door just slammed shut right in front of the camera, right on the live stream. That's why I said I'll link the live stream as well. But it was just one of those experiences. It happened right in front of us. And everyone can be accounted for, as you'll see. Michael was in front of the camera, and Tim was in the room behind Michael. And that door led to outside. So it wasn't any of us interfering with it. It was crazy. I think this building here I'm looking at with all the brick, that was the original old mill. That was the first mill that was here. And I think this is where the guy was found decapitated. That's why we're walking over here. If I remember correctly, the guy was found laying over here where Michael's taking us, decapitated and dead. Now, we're walking to this big building here, which was the actual mill itself. when it was in operation most recently, which was early 90s or late. I think it was open till like 2000, because we have found a paper that said 2001. So maybe 2001, 2002, somewhere around there it closed. But yeah, I always hate walking up old scaffolding because, you know, a broken bolt, the whole thing can go down. And, you know, it was concrete floors, but still, you know, crumbling concrete can collapse. It's happened before, not with me, thank God, but it can collapse. And there you go, there's the old mill building. All the lights are still up there. Look at that machinery. Stuff's crazy. And you just imagine what it was like when it was in operation. Now, there was a floor I did not want to walk on. I remember that now. It was just pieces of plywood laid over a big hole. And I'm like, I'm not walking on that. I think Tim might have walked on it. I don't know. But you see a lot of this piece of machine here had been removed. I guess scrapped. That looks weird back in the doorway back there, don't it? I think it's just matrixing, but it looked like a little girl standing there for a minute, but it's just the door has like a white spot on it. For a second, I thought we were looking at like a little girl standing. I was about to get really creeped out because I'm like, how did I miss that? But see, there's Tim walking. He's walking on the edge. Okay, and Michael just stands on. And there's a big hole, and you see it's a pretty good drop down there. It definitely chance of breaking a leg or worse. I mean, a drop like that could kill you if you hit wrong. I mean, it could kill you. But yeah, I missed it. I wish I could go back and investigate this place. I really do. Michael is somebody I need to get back with. He knows some good places. I haven't got a chance to film with Michael in a long time. But like I said, his channel's down below if you want to check him out. He's got some pretty cool videos. I don't think he's done anything in quite a while, but we talked recently and he's wanting to get back into it. So we're definitely going to get back to doing that. And there's the old asbestos sign. I'm pretty sure I said my old line, asbestos is asbestos. People get mad at me when I say it. I'm just joking. I know asbestos is terrible. It's actually horrible for you. But that's a conversation for another day. That's a topic for a different story. But anyways, here we are. People writing profanities on the wall. This place was huge. I know the basement was where, like, for some reason we kept focusing on the holes because we kept hearing stuff down below us. And there's like a doll's head or something down there. There's some weird stuff in this place, I'll tell you that. And there's a flip-flop. Like, why is that there? So who lost their flip-flop here? And why is it still there? Why would you not? Maybe if you dropped it in the hole and you don't want to go underneath, I could understand that. Holy cow, did I just walk across that plywood? What in the world is wrong with me? Wow, I can't believe I did that. That was about stupid, wasn't it? Man. Oh, there's some like power things. See, back then I used Movie Maker, so every scene had to fade because if I didn't put a fade and when it tried to transition or cut to another scene, it would have this weird like pause. It would literally pause the video for like a split second and then transfer over to the next scene. This is where I go night vision. And I like doing this, but then again, it sucks because all I can see is what I see through the view screen. And it's kind of dangerous doing that, especially when you're walking around the weeds like this. Okay, I remember we were getting activity out here. Big time. It was like, it might have been an animal, but like things were moving around us and stuff. And it was kind of wild. But that's why I like doing these director's cuts, because like I've done so many videos, I've been so many places, and you kind of forget, everything starts running together. And then as I'm watching this, you know, I don't pre-watch this before I do the director's cut. This is me just kind of reacting to what I'm seeing and the memories flooding back. I remember being out here and thinking Tim was messing with me, but he wasn't, because he was, you'll see here in a minute, I think I show him, he's like far off doing his own thing, because I wanted to go over here by myself, because this was the spot where the man was found, I believe. I think I told you wrong earlier when we were walking over all the rocks, or the brick. It was here where they found him. And I still, Michael took us to the cemetery. They buried him, and he had a little tag that said John Doe, because they didn't know who he was. And someone had stole the little marker for his grave. And you can see I'm jerking around. I'm out there in just night vision. The only thing I can see is my view screen. It's pretty scary. It's scary standing somewhere like that, and you can't see other than a little 2.5-inch view screen. Now here I am going into the basement of the building, and it looks almost new for some reason. I don't know why, but this building was very old. Like I said, I think this was like 20s, maybe before. It's a very old building. And there's that one big hole we were looking through. And we were hearing stuff down there constantly. I don't know what we're talking about. But I know we were hearing sounds all around us. And again, I wish I could go back and investigate this place. I really do. But I can't. I think they built apartments or something there now. I'll have to check and see. Maybe the grounds maybe I can go back to the grounds itself, because I know. See, okay, I remember this now. We were hearing things down in the basement, and as soon as we go down the basement, we start hearing like somebody's up above us. But we never could find anybody that was actually there, because no one was. It was like whatever it was just kind of moving away from where we were, which is spooky, to say the least. Yeah, places like this where like you can't see very much of like it's a large room, but there's obstructions, are the scariest, because you have to keep going around corners, and corners are terrifying in an abandoned place that's like this, especially at night, because one, you don't know what you're going to see, and two, you don't know if it's an animal or a person, and you have a person who it's already in a tough situation because they're living somewhere like this. They're already extremely defensive because they've probably had to defend themselves a lot, and I like to always yell out, hey, I'm not here to bother or hurt anybody, and I'm just here to make a video. And I think that usually if someone is there, they'll probably either just move on and let you do, or I've never had to encounter someone like that. I've ran into people who are homeless before at places, outside the building, but it was peaceful. I've never had a negative interaction with someone who is homeless or anything. Hopefully I never do, because anymore I don't really go to the abandoned places like I used to. Now this is the building where the door slammed shut. Now we're here. I was thinking we went to it earlier in the video, but this is the building where the door shut on me. And of course we're nearing the end of the video, so I think I go there and we mess around a little bit. But this is Tim's sticking his finger through the wall. Or Michael one, I can't remember who did it. Trying to freak me out. And we always try to mess with each other back in the day, man. We had a lot of fun doing this. There's Michael. Look at him. He's just proud of himself. He's like, I found a hole in the wall and stuck my finger in it. Okay, so yeah, I'm walking in here. Camera's all blurry. I think it was right here where I'm about to, so I go the other direction. There's that little hallway there, like a little dividing hallway, and I think that's where the door was that had slammed shut. But we may never know, because apparently I'm not focusing on that for some reason. I don't know why I'm not, but I'm not. But we are nearing the end. We're almost to the last minute of this video. And I do appreciate all of your guys' support. And hey, that's the door. That's the door that flung shut. I remember that for sure. But anyways, guys, I uploaded a one-tank trip, and I had some issues with the rendering of it, and I had to take it down and re-upload it. And it literally has not, the notifications haven't went out to anybody. So if you haven't seen my recent one-tank trips, go over and show it some love. It's for Loudon, Tennessee. It's an awesome little video. I was proud of it. Please go over and show that some love for me. I would really appreciate that if you guys could get that video a few views. It just, no notifications went out because I had to take it down, and I re-uploaded it right then and there. And it's just like no one had any notification of it. And the ones who'd seen it didn't get to see the full video and it's good quality. Yeah, here's where we went to the cemetery to look for the headstone, the John Doe. But guys, anyways, I appreciate y'all. I love yous. Thanks for everything you do. And this is it. Please consider joining memberships for bonus content and Patreon. But you guys have a good one.